If you're here watching this video, you're probably very familiar with this scenario. So today on 802 Garage, I'm going to show you how to replace the door handle on a 2G DSM. It doesn't take a lot to do this job. You basically need a replacement door handle with a good seal, and you can see I've actually reinforced this handle with some epoxy so that it doesn't break again. I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. You shouldn't need a replacement lock cylinder because we'll reuse the one that's on your car so that your key still works. You'll need a ratchet with some 10mm sockets, a 10mm wrench, and if it's ratcheting, that helps a lot. Definitely need a Phillips screwdriver, a needle nose pliers can help, and a secret to making this job a lot easier is a T30 Torx bit. I'm also going to recommend some of this super lube. I'll put a link down in the description so y'all can get some because, as Grandma likes to say, I put that on everything. And it basically goes anywhere that I want things to stay lubricated, protected from corrosion, or seal well. The first step is to remove the door panel, and there are 6 Phillips head screws total holding it in place. There are 2 here at the outer edge of the door, 1 in this grip, 1 behind the door handle, and 2 at the front of the door. If your door still has the little protective cover here, it's going to be useful to have any kind of flathead screwdriver to pry it up. And see if you can make it fly across the universe. Next, pop off the door handle surround. You basically pull the lever towards you and push this out, and it should just kind of pop out. There's just 2 little retaining tabs that go in that direction. Then remove the entire door panel by pulling the edges towards you. It always feels like you're going to break something when you're doing this, but it's just plastic tabs. Whew, that was easy. Next, you'll need to remove the wiring harness for the windows. There's a clip that you have to push on the back side, and it can be a little bit of a challenge. There you go. You have to push right there. And you can see the door panel was held in by these red retaining clips all around the edges, top and bottom. Next, peel back the plastic at the upper left-hand corner of the inside of the door, and be careful because this black stuff is really gross, and you will want to reuse it. After you get the plastic pulled back, you're going to go inside and disconnect the lock cylinder. There's basically a rod right there which needs to be disconnected, and then a clip there which holds it in so you can pull it out. This is what it looks like off the car. So this little clip actually just needs to be rotated off the rod, and then you pull the rod out that way. And this clip, you want to hold it in towards the outside of the door, and then twist this clip enough to give you clearance to pull out the lock cylinder. There you go. So then when you put the handle back in the car, you'll just reinsert your lock cylinder and flip the clip down. If you wanted to make it a little easier on yourself, you could remove this and pull the rods out of those clips, or go inside the door and remove them from there. I'm just going to try to reach in and disconnect that little orange clip. This is the only other view I could get you of that rod, so you can see I'm just going to try to push this clip off with my thumb. It's fighting me. There we go. Now the rod should pull out. There you have it, that rod is out. I'm definitely going to lubricate that before I put it back in. Next up is that clip. I'm just going to try to pull out the lower leg like that, and that should be enough to wiggle this out. I don't have quite enough room to actually remove it until I move the door handle itself. Next is the 10mm nut right there. Mine is not coming out very happy. It broke the door handle and it's twisting the metal in the door, so I'm going to have to fix that when I get the door handle out, so expect that to happen. Just another reason to lubricate yours well when you put the new door handle in. There's another 10mm bolt on the outside of the door right here. So the door handle should actually be free to come out a little bit now. However, the next rod you need to disconnect is right there, so you have pretty limited space to access it, and this is where the Torx bit's going to come in handy. If you remove the 3 Torx bolts actually holding in the latch mechanism, then it'll give you a lot more wiggle room to get the handle out. Once you have some wiggle room on the door handle, you should be able to fully remove the lock cylinder and just let it kind of dangle within the door. Replace that orange clip if you need to and lube everything up. So real quick, I would just pop these rods out of this plastic holder. And that's just to prevent bending anything or breaking it. Now what you should be able to do is pull the handle out and down, as well as pull this down slightly so you can expose the rod for easy removal. So I'm just going to pull this out a bit. and kind of wiggle. Try to free up the inner latch mechanism, which apparently had some adhesive on it. And then, once that can move downwards a bit, there you go, that should pop out, and then you should be able to kind of pull the whole assembly downwards. And there you go, that exposes the rod. This rod disconnects a little different than the other one. You actually have to pull out on that tab, which lets this come outward, and then you should be able to pull the rod out. And I'm just trying not to scratch anything. There you go, your old door handle is out. You can see the carnage on mine. It's broken on that side and on that side, and there's actually a good opportunity to glue that back together, which I may try to repair this just because it has the red face. However, with the plastic having broken off here and the rest of it probably being very brittle as well, there's not much hope left for this unit. As I mentioned earlier, now is a good time to go in and lubricate everything, so you have good access to all that. If you have some spray lubricant, either some white lithium or anything you like, I'd put it down there, or some of that Super Lube silicone lubricant. Lubricate this rod. Any spots that are rusting, like the lock cylinder rod, I would definitely clean up and lubricate. And also lubricate anywhere that the rods slide in the door or rotate, like on those clips. Just make sure you use something that's safe for plastic so you don't end up degrading anything like these little plastic clips. That was also a great time to get in and free up your lock cylinder. You can see mine doesn't even want to take the key all the way in, so definitely going to spend some time lubing that up and getting it to rotate freely. As they always say, install is the reverse of removal, but I am going to show you the whole process just without talking so much. I did lube the seal on this and put it back on so it stays nice and watertight, and it took me 2 days of interspersed work to rehab this lock cylinder. It was completely rock hard full of gray corrosion. I had to take it down to the bare pins and clean it. I will have a separate video on that later, and I'll try to put a link up here in the corner when I have it ready, but at least it finally works perfectly, so hopefully this is all going to go back together and work. A quick tip, it's going to make things easier if you clean the glass right here so you can see through it to the bolt and the lock cylinder. Well, there you have it. I can finally get in and out, and now I only have to do this again when I want to color match that door handle. Plus this lock cylinder actually works, which makes me super happy. Thanks so much for watching this 802 Garage how-to video. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you like DSMs or how-tos or just me. Thank you. Leave a like, comment, ask any questions if you have them. Bye for now. Alright, and I'm just using this Bob Smith Industries 15-minute cure epoxy, which I heard from my time in Airsoft is supposed to be pretty good. I'm just going to fill in these gaps in the handle, which seems to be where they break. And I'll probably do the supports as well, since those seem pretty flimsy. See, I kind of just want that to flow into the crevice down there, but despite appearances, I am actually trying not to get this everywhere, so I'm going to try to clean off the excess. I'm just going to throw this at the end here for anybody who's still watching. This is my DSM lock cylinder, and I could not get the key to go all the way in. That's as far as it would go, and I actually have it completely disassembled. Little parts here and all sitting inside of that solution. And here's why. Think that might have anything to do with it? It is just completely caked with whatever that is. Like, holy crap. That's pretty bad. So, if yours isn't working, it's not that hard to take apart, but it is hard to clean. Okay, you ready? Ooh. Ah. Special. Like 6 hours of work. Hey, buddy. Come here. Come here. It's okay. Come on. Hey, buddy. What's up? You like the DSM? What you doing? Bye.